Hi guys! So, welcome to the first episode of Canvas, the art segment for After Hours. I have here with me Kat, who is the owner of PaKat, an arts and crafts store in Miri. So, Kat, tell me a bit about yourself.
My name is Kat. I'm an artist here and an art teacher. I'm actually originally from Australia, but I moved here about 7 years ago with my husband.
Oh, okay. So, do you co-own this store with your husband?
No, I actually co-own it with my best friend. So Paul, my partner, he is also working in Miri, but he's from Malacca.
Oh, okay. So, prior to opening up PaKat, did you have any experience in the arts? Did you have a background in the arts?
Yes, so I'm trained in the arts, bachelor's degree in contemporary arts, which is done in Tasmania, Australia. And then I have a teaching degree, so I teach secondary arts here in Miri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, what was the inspiration for PaKat? Like, why the name PaKat?
Okay, so why the name? The name is actually, it's really funny. It's a funny story because PaKat is a breakdown of both our names. So Pa is the beginning of Paul's name, and then Kat, my name at the end. But it's funny because in the Malay language, it means to collaborate. And that's something that we want to do here. That's the goal in PaKat, to have a place where people can collaborate, share ideas, share their creations.
That's pretty smart, honestly.
it was quite a coincidence, yeah.
And as for the vibe of the store, did you have anything in mind before you guys started, having plans for the shop and decorating it?
Actually, PaKat is not a new idea because prior to having the store, we actually, like a couple of friends of us, three of us, we ran the Miri Artisan Market for a couple of years here, and that was before this whole COVID situation. And because of the market and how it grew, we wanted to keep that energy going.
You want to feed the fire.
Yeah. But we were forced to stop because of the lockdown, and it was a shame. So we thought that this opportunity arose when the store was available. So we took on that chance and opened up a little store.
Here you are.
Yay.
So you were talking about how you were very involved in the art community here. So what are your thoughts about the art community in Miri? Because I heard you grew up in Sydney. Mm-hmm. So how is the art community in Sydney different compared to Miri?
It's obviously there are different cultures, different styles of art. The way that people are accessible to art is really different. So when I first came here, I was quite shocked that was like no platform, no sharing, no exhibition centers, no galleries. So I was trying to look for that myself when I came here. I was trying to find something, and I couldn't. So that's maybe the biggest difference. In Sydney, in Australia, it's everywhere. Like around the corner, there's a gallery, and around the corner, there's a coffee shop with exhibitions going on. So just the lack of exposure, I think that's the biggest difference. But in terms of the amount of art, it's no different. Like, I think that there's just as much art going on in Sarawak, in Miri.
That it's not known.
Yeah. It's just that people are creating these crafts or artwork in the privacies of their own home or in their communities, it's so like engrossed in their culture that they don't even realize that it is something that can be not necessarily exploited, but it is something that they can share further and share their knowledge and skills and expose themselves.
Having that said, what do you want PaKat to be to the art community in Miri?
The idea was really simple to begin with. It was just a place to share. Just where like people who have interest in similar things can chill, place where they can share ideas, have conversations, share their art. But in the future, we do want to expand it a little bit further, maybe in the wider Borneo. We do have connections with like West Malaysia, where we have connections and friends there as well who also help us out or send their things over here to tap into the Sarawak market. So Yeah, but currently right now we are working with our friends, our really close friends at Tuyang, and we have just started a new arts festival, and they've got their 6-month-long art festival happening, and we're doing the visual side of the things. So yeah, that's happening at the end of this month or hopefully next week.
That's
Yeah.
something to look forward
So it's an
to.
exhibition opening where, yeah, that's where we want to expand. We want to not just be craft, not just be art. We want to be the whole arts. Yeah, the whole of the arts to celebrate that.
I also saw that in your store you have on display a lot of different stuff. Like it's not just paintings
Yeah.
or fabrics. It's notebooks. You can find plates
Yeah.
that people painted on themselves. And I saw like a power bank that
Yeah.
was hand carved.
Yeah.
So, what's the story behind like the people here or the people who sell their wares here? Do you guys personally go and contact them to ask if they wanted to have their wares displayed here?
Yeah, we do. At the beginning, the very start, we actually just contacted our vendors from the market. So they were already selling things, we already knew them, and we just contacted them first.
Because
But
they
then-
didn't have a place to sell them
Yeah,
because of COVID.
exactly. Yeah, all their stock was just stuck at home, and then, you know, like it's just collecting dust. So we thought, you know, why don't they just display it here? And then once that started off, we thought that, hey, we have so much more space. So we actually started looking on Instagram, and people with hobbies and are designing at home contacted them and then asked whether they wanted to put their work here as consignment basis to sell, and then if they sell it, then, you know, they win and we win, you know. So it was, yeah, it's a bit of both. It's our own network, and it's also tapping out and reaching out to people.
Other than selling these arts and crafts, what other form of income do you have to support this store? Because no offense, but like, it's hard to think that it's enough. The money made from selling all these things is enough to pay for the,
Of course.
for the rent
Yeah,
and
of course.
everything.
Like when we started, that was a major concern for us, because we didn't want to have. Paul and I both have full-time jobs, and this is like kind of like a interest, a hobby that we've done, and it can't sustain our livelihood on its own. So to keep the company running on its own, we do have art classes. So we do have little children coming in, and then they join our classes once a week for every month. And we have a couple of brilliant art teachers here to help us, you know, run the classes. We have our amazing manager who does all the work when we're not here. Yeah, so I mean, she takes all the credit for that. But yeah, we do have a team of people who are putting in a lot of effort to keep it afloat. But other than that, we also try to run workshops, and we invite, you know, other crafts or artists in to teach their skills, and then that's another source of income. So people pay for the classes and train us. Yeah. Yeah. So it's selling and teaching. Yeah.
Do you believe that art is everywhere and that everyone can create their own form of art?
I do believe that. I honestly think that creativity is instilled in people. You just have to find a way to express it. So a lot of people, like, especially little children, I mean, I teach little kids, and they never tell me that they can't do something. Like, you just give them all the materials that they need, or the equipment, or whatever it is. If they have the materials, then they'll find something to do with it. It might not be what I would do with it, but it's definitely something that they think it's brilliant, you know. And that's the point, like, to not be restricted to what you think is correct art or good art or whatever that means, you know.
If a kid can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it does become something that people lose over time, and the older you get, the more afraid you are to take those risks of being creative or making mistakes, whatever that means. But once you push through the barrier, I think, then you start to, you know, get a little bit looser and then enjoy the process. Yeah.
That was very, very insightful.
Yeah.
And well, thank you for having us and giving us permission to shoot in your store. And
Of
thank you
course.
for coming onto our show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. If you like our content, please like our content. We're trying our best. And you can also find PaKat on their Instagram handle that we will include down below, like right here, probably edited here. Yes. See you all next time.